Hello everyone and welcome to this product presentation of the new and renovated local verifications environment. Another feature available inside the local verification environment is the one that allows us to calculate and verify masonry arches. In order to do this, we need to first select the arches from the drop-down list and then click on Create New Item. Once we create a new item, I'm going to see that the arches window is going to open up, and I'm going to be first asked to insert a name for the project. Then I'm going to see that in the first tab, the geometry tab, I'm going to be able to put all the geometrical parameters along with some other parameters such as the material and the structural properties for the seismic analysis. In this case, I'm going to go for a shape that is going to be circular by rise. As I see here, the parameters are automatically updated, and I'm going to choose that the thickness is going to be invariable, and it's going to be of 20 centimeters. Then I'm going to be able to choose the width, the filling above the keystone. Then I'm going to be able to choose the span, then the rise, and finally the number of sections in which my arch is going to be divided into. Once I finish, the drawing of the arch is automatically updated in the lower part of the window, and then I can continue with the input of more parameters, such as the material. As I can see here, I select and I can choose the masonry compressive strength, the confidence factor, and the option if I have reinforcements. In this case, I'm going to go for a reinforcement that I'm going to name FRP1, and I'm going to choose from the library of the preloaded type of reinforcements. I'm going to choose one of them. Then I'm going to go ahead and fill out the rest of the parameters, such as the block size. And then I can go ahead and insert these structural properties for seismic analysis. In this case, I'm going to input the number of stories, the height of the construction, and the minimum impost height. Once I finish inputting all the parameters on the geometry tab, I can go ahead and go into the loads tab to continue with my analysis. In this loads tab, I'm going to input the rest of the parameters, such as permanent loads and seismic loads. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and insert the permanent loads, the rest of the parameters, and I'm going to allow for seismic loads to perform the seismic analysis. Regarding the variable loads, I can input them with this tool over here that I can choose to input from a tabular input or a graphic input. In this case, I'm going to go for a graphic input, and as I can see here, I can select the length of the load and the beginning and the end of the load for it to be variable and have different endings, as I can see here, and it's going to be automatically inserted once I click OK. Then, to continue with our calculation, I can go ahead into the line of thrust tab to start performing our calculation to compute our thrust line. So in this case, I'm going to choose which cracks are going to be hypothesized along the arch. In this case, I'm going to go for one crack on the section number 3 in the intrados side, and then I'm going to choose the height of the crack, the length of the crack. Then I can go ahead and compute the thrust line, and as I can see here, the thrust line is automatically calculated, and I can see the drawing in the lower part of the screen with all the parameters that are going to be significant in this calculation. In this case, I'm going to be able to see the thrust line as I can see here, and the reactions. Also, I can see the diagrams of the actual axial forces, other parameters such as I can see here shear along the arch, the stresses, and the stresses on each side, intrados or extrados, and then also the bending moment, and alongside with other parameters. As I can see here, I can be able to see detailed results of each one of the parameters of the arch, and then I can click on the diagram button, and it's going to open up a new window with the diagram for each one of the sections. If I just choose one of the sections, I can see the safety coefficient with and without reinforcements, and that it's going to be calculated automatically. And if I wish to continue with my analysis, I can go into the kinematic analysis option. Once I'm in the kinematic analysis option, I can just select the gravity loads and the seismic loads. For the gravity loads, I'm going to force the hinges position, and then I'm going to, in this case, I'm going to go for just one hinge on the fourth section on the intrados side, and I'm going to compute the mechanism. As I can see here, the red dots are going to represent on the hinges where they're going to be located in the arch, and I can see the results for the reinforced and unreinforced state. And then for the seismic loads, I can just do the same by completing, of course, all the parameters. And if I click on the compute mechanism, I'm going to see again results that are going to be compared for the reinforced and the unreinforced option. If I continue with my analysis, lastly, I'm going to be able to perform a nonlinear kinematic analysis. As I can see here, what this area of the analysis is going to do is it's going to perform a mechanism evolution. So once I click on the icon over here, it's going to perform the calculation for both cases, the reinforced and unreinforced option, and it's going to show me the safety factors for both states. Also, I'm going to see over here this curve that it's going to be able to show me how the mechanism, the kinematism evolves as the forces and the displacements increase. And as I can see here on this drawing here, I'm going to be able to see the deformed shape of the arch and the corresponding step on the curve that is shown on the left side of the screen. Once I finish with the verification of my arch, I can just go ahead and click OK, and the arch is going to be saved on the elements table. That's it for this presentation. Thank you everyone for your attention, and don't forget to follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get access to our latest videos and tutorials.